What's going on, baby? This is your boy Manuel, and it is very early in the morning because we are here talking about the Black Sands anime. All right, today is the final day of the Black Sands investment round. So I'm pretty excited about this because today we're going to be doing massive numbers. It is a payday, and I'm here super early in the morning to make sure that everybody got the info, man, because I don't want nobody forgetting about this campaign on the last day, and then we miss our big numbers, right? That's what we want to have. We want to have the big numbers. So today is going to be an incredible day. Please, if you have any questions at all, I know a lot of you are getting ready for work, right, or about to hit work. But if you have any questions at all, put them in the comment section. I'm definitely going to be able to answer them for you. Remember that today's the day, man. We doubling up, tripling up. We're trying to get to that gold. If we can get to the gold, we go into the silver. If we can get to the silver, we are going as hard as we can so we can push this campaign as quickly as possible to $1.8 million. That way we can get to the red zone, right? Because the red zone is where we're going to be able to push hard. Now, I already got one of our questions here in the chat. I see it, so let me go pull that up. So someone said, Bake Masphere said, I invested 2K in early bird round. I see that secured, and I have the contract with it. If I invested 500 now, will it be considered two separate investments, or will my investment go down to 500? Well, what happened should be if you invest right now, it'll say edit your investment, or it'll say make an investment, right? So it's two different things. If it says make an investment and you put 500, then that's different. But if it says edit investment, then you say 2,500. You know what I mean? And then and it'll say, okay, you owe me 500 because you already paid 2,000. You know what I mean? The next page will tell you how much money you're supposed to owe. So in other words, make sure that when you're doing your investment, if it says edit, you edit it to the total amount of money you want to have invested in the round, regardless of when. Okay. So Alex says, how do I receive my silver card? Well, we're going to be sending out emails for that a month after the campaign. So just make sure to keep your eyes on the WeFunder updates, and also keep your eyes on the investment round and stuff like that. Very important that you keep your eyes on it, just so you get those emails and then be able to order your cards. All right, you're going to order them yourself. All right, so let's check up on this campaign, where we're at right now. Let's see where we're at right now. There we go. Turn this on. Boom, boom, boom. WeFunder.com/Black Sands Anime. All right, we're actually right around the corner for freaking that 1.7 million. So we could probably get that this morning, right? A lot of people said that they were going to go hard on Friday, so we could probably get there this morning. You know what I mean? Me personally, I think it's going to be pretty cool to be able to get this morning. So let's go and try to hit that, right? A lot of people have already told me that they wanted to go and max out. Today is definitely a great day to be maxing out. And like I said, it's based on income. So remember, if you got maxed out according to the government, just go up to the next income bracket, and they'll probably increase your maximum investment for sure. So who's here right now? Press the like button. Remember to smash that like button like crazy. That way you're capable of getting that algorithm out there. We definitely want to be able to continue talking to everybody. Coffee's pretty good. I'm also going to put my, give me a second. I'm going to go and put something on real quick. There we go. We'll make sure I got everything ready for everybody. Since I'm live here, I also need to be live on what's it called. So I will do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get on both platforms. Make sure that people on IG also got me as well. But yeah, the countdown's on, man. The countdown is on. And I'm seeing the investments coming in. Hey, you don't have to wait for nothing to invest. You don't have to wait. You just get up in there, right? And you don't have to wait until the end of this meeting because this isn't really a meeting. This is just me answering any lingering questions that you guys have, right? And if that's the case, you just shoot it over, and then I'll answer your questions, right? And we'll get it done. Hey, that's a really good point right there. Blackout day, right? Today's blackout day. So everybody's talking about how they're going to black out February 28th, right? Blackout February 28th is to black out corporate America, right? But obviously, black owned, black products, that's the stuff that we need to be putting our money into on this day. So definitely 100%. This is a great way to protest, right, against the system by investing in something that we actually own, right? We own 100% of. So yeah, I definitely feel you on that one. That's a good point. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Oh yeah, I also got this new footage. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. I wish the sound was better. The sound was a little off on it, but it still looks really good, you know. We'll fix the sound a little later. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. Share screen. Present. A window. Oh yeah, there we go. It looks pretty cool, man. I think we're gonna have a really cool anime for real, right? We're gonna have a really cool anime. So I'm like I said, I'm here to answer any questions. What up, Terrence? What up, Terrence Hinton? Yeah, what's up, guys? Good morning. We're out here doing the blackout for Black Friday, right? I mean, blackout for Friday. There's a national movement right now going on where we're protesting against corporations and stuff like that, especially since they want to all stop DEI, right? That's something that everybody wants to do right now. So there's a national movement to black out Friday, February 28th. Now, the funny thing about that is, if we're blacking out on February 28th, then we know what we really need to be doing on February 28th, and that is investing in black-owned productions, black-owned products, black-owned whatever, right? Not buying from Target or Walmart or whatever. And that means is the great time to go ahead and invest in Black Sands on payday, right? It's time to get it done. This is the last day of the investment round, and we are about to cross $1.7 million. So we're pushing pretty hard right now. I'm showing some pretty dope videos on YouTube, so check it out. This is what we're doing on YouTube right now. Some of this stuff is pretty cool, right? Me personally, I think that the Black Sands anime is going to be one of the dopest productions of all time, right? And does that look like anime to you or not? Because people tell me Black Sands is not going to be an anime. What do you think? Do you think that's an anime, or do you think that's some American nonsense right there? What do you think? What do you think, man? I'm trying to get some real opinions here. Same thing from our YouTube, man. What do you guys think about this animation style? Is it anime or is it like American, throwaway content? I'm gonna put this up here so you guys can talk to me. Hey, if you guys have any questions at all, or if you want to go and call in, right? If you want to call in, you can, and I'll go ahead and pull you up and allow you to ask any questions that you want. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Definitely anime. Yeah. I like it, man. I like it. And more importantly, you know, I think this is like really cool to be able to show this stuff, right? I wish the sound was working correctly, because if the sound was working correctly, I'd have freaking look how it sounds right now. It doesn't sound very good because I guess some weird echo happened in the processing, but we'll fix it. Yeah. So that'd be lit when the sound is fixed, right? Because that's also one of Michael Jai White's lines and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's super smooth. Right now, the animation is like super freaking smooth. You know what I mean? Like we're doing like it's definitely something that's way different from the quality that you see with other productions and stuff like that. Someone said it kind of gives the Disney vibe. You think so? You think so? I don't even think Disney does animations anymore. Not no 2D animations. Maybe I'm tripping though. Maybe they do. But yeah, guys, today is the final day of the Black Sands investment round. This is it. 17 hours to go. 17 hours to go. And you know, we gotta push now. This we gotta push now. We gotta push. So definitely, if you're here right now and you got time before work, go into that campaign and do what you were planning on doing today in the morning, right? We kind of want to push as hard as we can in the morning so that in the afternoon it's like momentum, right? Big momentum's already coming. So we want to push the biggest numbers we can this morning. It goes for YouTube on Instagram and stuff like that. Does it have to be anime? Why not have it like Invincible? Well, Invincible's a superhero story, so you know it's not going to be like Invincible at all, right? He said, I know what you mean though, like animation style. Me personally, I you know, I don't know, man. I think animation style is like a figure of its own. There's no such thing as anime animation style versus American animation style. I don't think there's much of a difference because the shows vary wildly, right? Shows vary wildly on how they look and feel in anime anyway. So, you know, you can't really say that in the first place, you know. Let's see. Let's see. Can there ever be dope stories about the Pygmy Nation of Africans? I don't know. Ain't my top concern right now. There's a lot of things I wish I could do, but I can't. I just don't have time, resources to get it done. You know, and the one thing that we are trying to do right now is make sure that we make this anime a smash success so that we can open up the doors to Black history before slavery for the entire industry, right? Because someone has to be the first. Hollywood ain't ever gonna do it. We all know what them people in Hollywood want. The people in Hollywood, the white folks in Hollywood that own Hollywood, they don't want anything but Black slavery, right? Black civil rights, Black poverty. That's like the one thing that they want to push to make sure that they understand that we've only ever been second class citizens. And the fact that we're have any kind of equality at all is a huge achievement for the Black community. Not the fact that we used to rule their asses, right? Not the fact that we used to actually like conquer entire swaths of the world and that we bankrupted the entire Middle East solo, right? He said they don't want to show that. They don't want that information out there because it shows that we were extremely powerful at specific points in history, you know? So the only way we're ever going to get that stuff done is if we make it ourselves, right? Oh, Valoria, thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see what somebody said right here. Let's see. Uh, Thank you, Houdini. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, we're close to $1.7 million. This is the time to go all in with the Black Sands anime, okay? Go in all in, get your silver cards, get your gold cards, get your premier tickets to the Black Sands anime this morning. All right? This morning. That's what we want to have. It is. It's going to be super successful. It has to be, right? Are you concerned that Hollyweird will not try to sabotage your efforts? Well, here's the thing that's important about that particular question, right? If we don't make the money that we need to make in this campaign, right, and we have to fill the gap, that means we're going to have to involve Hollyweird. You understand? So we'll have to involve Hollyweird and all those people with their standards and agendas and everything else if we don't hit our max goal. So it's very important that people do their job today and get it done. Re-up, double up, add an extra 500, whatever we got to do, right? Because we already have like 1,700 investors. We have 1,700 investors. So if like 1/3 of them threw an extra 500 in today, campaign's over. Campaign's over, just like that, right? So hopefully people take advantage of this opportunity, because I don't want to deal with Hollywood. I don't want to deal with Hollywood at all. They have too many strings attached. They want too much control, right? And I don't want to have to fill gaps of funding with them. You know, I don't want to. I really don't. I don't think they can be trusted, right? I don't think they can be trusted. I don't care who it is. I just don't think they can be trusted. Someone said, Washington Azaria said, how do I invest money? Well, you can go to wefunder.com/BlackSandsAnime. The link is in my bio, but you could also just message me Black Sands, and it'll automatically send you the link. So my messages will automatically send you the link if you do that. Let's see what we got here. Someone said, Fisher Johnson says, Manuel, do you think of other recent Black Egyptian stories like Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam or Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Origins with Bayek? What do you think of those? Well, I don't care about the Black Adam one, right? Although it was pretty cool. You know, the reality was, in the movies, right, Black Adam was the only black man in Egypt. Right, you went back in time and everybody else was Arab, right? So you know, ambiguous. You said they were ambiguously black, right? Not unambiguously, they were ambiguously black. So you'll know it leaves that movement for stipulation. So me personally, I think that wasn't exactly a great representation of who they were, especially way back when Black Adam existed, right? That was like way back in the day. So no, I don't think that was a good one. And then you have the Assassin's Creed Origins one. That was good. That was good. That was good. You know, it was a little mix. It was a little mix of Arab and Black Egyptians, but that was good. It was good. I like that one. That was a good quality. That was a good quality production when it came to Black and Arabic Egyptian populations and stuff like that. I love that one. Assassin's Creed Origins was a good one. I love that one. Somebody said, how much money do you need to raise in order to shoot the anime without Hollywood? At least 2 million. And I think we can make it today. I think we can make it today, especially if people do what they said they were going to do. But we had a lot of people who said on payday we're gonna go up, right? On payday we're gonna get to the next tier. So if like 200 people get to the next tier, right? So if 200 people go from the $2,000 tier to the $5,000 tier, which is the gold cards, then we're way past $2 million. We're way past $2 million, right? So all we need is 200 people to do what they said they were going to do, right? And you know, plus we got people who never invested before. So today we're going to have people who are investing for the first time with Black Sands, right? And in that time period, we're going to be, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Today's going to be a very high-paced day, right? Super high-paced, super fast. Let me go ahead and share some screens again. All right, so let's see what our campaign is at right now. Let's see. So right now we're currently sitting at 1.687. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Let me see what else we got here. Is it 1.687? Oh no, it's 1.688. Somebody just dropped $1,000 into the campaign. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let me see here. Make sure I missed no comments in IG. Will the movies be in London? Yeah, it probably will. Most likely, it's going to be all over Britain. Most likely, you know. At the end of the day, we just got 2,500 from Campbell. Thank you, Campbell. Campbell just invested 2,500. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love seeing those numbers move quickly. So yeah, one thing I'm telling you guys, it will be international. Right? We are working diligently on freaking like international sales, right? International distribution. So every international partner we have is going to buy the rights to show the film in their country, and definitely Britain's going to be one of them, right? It's almost impossible to not get Britain. It's almost impossible to not get Britain. There are way too many black people in Britain for them not to be interested in Black Sands. All right, Britain's going to have it. France is going to have it for sure, right? Britain and France are damn sure going to have Black Sands no matter what. What other countries might be interested? We're definitely going to get South Africa. We're definitely going to get Brazil. Brazil's the big one too. Brazil's going to be one of our biggest activations. Depending on how popular Black Sands gets from an anime world perspective, we might be able to get big numbers in South Korea and Japan. But it really depends on the popularity of the anime side of the Black Sands thing as it's going toward the end, right? So we'll see where that goes right there. But South Korea and Japan could be big markets. Malaysia could definitely be big markets. Philippines could be big markets. China is a huge market, but you need a good partner for that, right? You need a good partner for China, right? But if you can get in there and you can get them to back you up, you're gonna have a great job. Somebody said, Henry God, what's up, man? I guess you haven't invested yet. The minimum is $250. So if you see right here in the picture on the right, it says the invest button right there, and then you see it says minimum $250. A lot of people this morning have been doing the $250. Black Star, what's good? How you doing, man? Good morning. We're out here pushing the campaign early in the morning before people go to work, right? We want to get to 1.7 million this morning, right? And hopefully by the time we hit midnight tonight, we're over $2 million. If we could be over $2 million by midnight, we don't need Hollywood. We don't need Hollywood. That's the reality of it. Now, if we're under 2 million by tonight, right, then we gonna need Hollywood. We're gonna need Hollywood. I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to talk to these guys. It's gonna slow down production big time. We're probably gonna have a huge delay on the production, right? So I would say a 6-month delay for release, right? Just because it takes a while to negotiate. So you got to negotiate with these people for 3 to 6 months. So that's a huge delay, but that's the reality of the world, right? So we got to get over 2 million, 100%. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Somebody said, is this a movie or a series? It's a movie. The Black Sands anime is a movie. All right. This is not a production that's based on what's the word for it? Yeah, it's not like a series is going to be on Netflix or something like that. This is going to be in movie theaters, right? So we're looking at movie theater ticket sales, right? Ticket sales is how we're going to make our money as far as the initial money. Ticket sales. We're also going to be looking at what else? We're also going to be looking at international distribution. So international distribution, they're going to be paying fees to be able to show the Black Sands anime in other countries in movie theaters as well. And then eventually we're going to have the distribution to streamers, right? Because once the movie's out for about 2 or 3 months, we talk to Netflix or Amazon or Paramount or whatever, and we get a deal with them. And hopefully, while we get that deal with them when it comes to the streaming rights for the movie, they also give us a hell of a lot of money to do season 1 of Black Sands on the streamer, right? Exclusively. That's what we kind of want to do. We want to have a really big anime opening and then start with the season 1 on a very big, giant streaming contract, right? Where they give us like freaking $10 million to do season 1 or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we kind of want to do, right? And then the next movie, you guys are going to be funding it again. So you guys are going to be funding the second movie that's going to be in movie theaters, and you're still going to get the same profit sharing agreement that you got this time around. You know what I mean? Because no matter what, I am always going to keep my community engaged on investing in Black Sands, on profiting in Black Sands, even when I have the money to do it myself. Even when we have like tens of millions of dollars or even hundreds of millions of dollars in the account, and we could do it ourselves without involving anyone else, right? And keep all the money, we're still going to let our investors go in there and actually go and take their share of the things, because at the end of the day, Black Sands is kind of a social justice movement, right? That's what this whole thing is. This whole anime is not just the anime, but the books and everything else. It's a social justice movement. We're trying to reclaim Black history before slavery, because everybody wants to push that we were second-class citizens forever, and we should be very appreciative of them not having us as slaves anymore. By the way, Roman Cleveland just put $250 in. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Roman Cleveland. Yeah, so that's our job, right? That's our thing. We've been doing that for like 8 years. So we're definitely not people who just started talking about this. I've always been the most unapologetic Black comic book creator on the internet by like miles. People used to always fight me. People tried to cancel me because I had talked about family values, and because I freaking like you said talk about Black masculinity, and I talk about how slavery stories are played out, and we need to start showing positive images of our history. And people used to always try to cancel me. They always tried. Even other Black people, blurs and stuff, will come after me talking about how you're problematic. You're a problematic Black man. I'm a Black man that's been married for 16 years to my Black wife, right? I have kids, great kids. I've met thousands of parents, They all seem to love Black Sands. They think this is the greatest thing they ever made for their kids. Grandparents invest in Black Sands. Grandparents, teachers, educators. Now, if all these people who actually are worth something in the Black community, who actually provide to the Black community something empowering and something powerful, well, if they all agree that Black Sands is that thing that their kids need, that their grandkids need, what the hell do I care about some 20-year-old wearing a bonnet on their head talking about how problematic this Black man is, right? What do I care? What do I care about these little kids who only care about little trends on TikTok care about Black Sands? I really don't care, because the reality is Black Sands is the hottest product on the market. Yo, Masma, man, go to my campaign right now, man. Just message me Black Sands in the messages, right, in a DM, and it's going to automatically send you the information for the round. But remember, it ends today. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Where did that quote come from? I forgot what that movie. It always sticks in my head, man. There is no tomorrow. I love movie quotes, man. I'm one of those guys who will do like movie quotes all freaking day, right? I do movie quotes all freaking day, and I can't control it, man. I can't control it. Let's see. I got some new questions here. Let me see what we got here. Let's see. This is a great question. Denzel, with the One Piece images. Denzel says, he said, are there going to be more books, issues, or is the main focus the anime right now? After this investment round, I'm done working on the anime for the most part. All I'm going to be doing is showing you content that I see myself. So when I see it, you're going to see it. But that's all I'm going to be doing in the anime anymore. I wrote the entire script for the Black Sands anime. I helped manage the animatic. So the entire film from beginning to end, the animatic, I helped manage that and make sure that everything looked the right way and did the right part and had the right energy. And now we're going to be, I'm free. After this investment round, I should be pretty free. I should be capable of actually doing my own thing again. So I'm going to be finishing up Black Sands season 1, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing Black Sands season 1, and we're going to finish that up. That way, you guys have a definitive end to the first season of Black Sands. And then once we're done with that, right? Once we're done with the first season of Black Sands, we're going to push into the next part, right? The next part's going to be pretty cool too, because it's going to have a lot to do. We're not going to see the kids for a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of a time skip. But we're going to be focusing on Gilgamesh, all right? Because he has a civil war in Sumer. So we're going to be having Gilgamesh in there, and we're going to introduce him as a major character because he is one of the characters who are actively at war with one of the bigger gods in the story, right? The main antagonist. So you're going to see a lot more, introduction to the actual main antagonist of the Black Sands verse, right? And you're going to see Gilgamesh. And I love Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh in my story is lit. All right. That's a gangster character. So y'all gonna like that a lot. Also, Offset is going to have a training arc. She's gonna have a training arc for sure. Asar is gonna probably get as big as he is in the anime, right? So Asar is kind of small right now in the comics, but he's gonna get as big as he is in the anime. We'll catch up. And we're just gonna set up, man. We're gonna set up real nice. Let's see what we got here. Well, the question, so he said, are you looking to open a Black Sands anime studio and team? Look, I don't need an anime studio. Composition Media does all the animation. So that's why they're my partners. They do everything. I don't do nothing. So I will never do animation because I have a partner who does all the animation, right? That's why we're 50-50 partners in this production. They have the contacts to sell productions. They have the contacts to get distribution deals and all at actors. Remember, all these actors that we have, Michael Jai White, Eddie Griffin, T.C. Carson, Deborah Wilson, Mela Lee, all these voice actors who are like industry, like professionals who've been in there for a while. That's all their contacts. I just put the names out there. I was like, I want to have Michael Jai White. I want to have Michael Jai White. And they're like, okay, we'll call him up. We worked with him 2 or 3 years ago. We'll call him up. And then 2 weeks later, we got Michael Jai White. That's the partner you need. You know what I mean? What up, Pete from South Africa? What's up, man? Appreciate you, man. I love South Africa. I gotta go back. You know, it's me personally. I want to have a second home in Johannesburg, right? I know everybody want to go to Cape Town, but the hell with Cape Town. I want to go to Johannesburg. I like Johannesburg. Johannesburg was lit. Joburg. That place was lit as hell. I said, this is a nice city. This is a nice city right here. Man, shoot. People go to Cape Town. I want Joburg, boy. Let's see. I was part of the early bird initial pool. Let's see. Corey King says, I was a part of the early bird initial pool. If I invest more, should I put the total amount of investment or only what I want to add? Put the total amount and see what they say in the second page. If they say in the second page you owe the difference, then it worked properly and you just pay the difference, right? If it goes to the next page and it says pay like the total amount, which is like whatever you just put in there, then it's a completely separate investment and you should probably bring that down to what you want to add, right? So that's how you do it, okay? Make sure that the number in the second page after you put your initial number in is the correct amount of money you plan on increasing by, okay? Let's see. So why the time skip more anime within? Somebody said this is about the time skip, right? So let's see here. I'll say. So why the time skip more anime with the kids training and adventuring would be a great story and captivate more younger Black demographics. Well, you got to understand in the anime they're very young. I mean, not in the anime, in the comics. In the comics, they're like super freaking young, right? So my time skip's gonna be to like 16 years old. They're still kids, right? They're still kids. But a lot of stuff has to happen in this time period. All right. So we're gonna be focusing a lot on the foreign nations for the first part of the second season of the comics. All right. So we're talking about Sumer. We're gonna have the Civil War in Sumer. We're gonna follow up on Menez, and I can't go too deep into what Menez is gonna happen with him over in Greece, but that's gonna be pretty cool, right? I can't put too many spoilers in here, right? And we're gonna have that training arc with Offset. The Offset part is gonna be very important because Offset is the most powerful character in the Black Sands verse besides MSME, right? She is like absurdly powerful, right? But she's very bad at controlling her powers, and she's very immature. She's just not mature yet. So we're going to be going through her process, and she's being trained by MSME, and MSME is a ruthless woman, right? So think about she's a pretty hardcore, right? So she's going to mature all set up a lot quickly. So all that's going to be happening in Kush. By the way, if you're wondering about that, that entire training arc is going to happen in Kush, right? And it's going to be with Epidemoc's going to be there, Bess is going to be there, all them characters are going to be there because this is in the Kushite Empire, right? But that's for MS Offset's going to be there for like a year, maturing up, right? And when she comes back, it's going to be a completely different Offset, right? It's going to be a new Offset. So I like that. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, thank you. Somebody said they work with Deborah in the comment section on Instagram. Let me go and get back to the comment section here on YouTube. Remember, you don't have to wait until after this meeting to do your damage. Do your damage right now in the morning. If you already got paid this morning, go ahead and double up, triple up, whatever you got to do, get to that next tier. Do it this morning because we want to get to 1.8 million this morning. We're going to get to 1.8 million so that we can go and leapfrog to 2 million because of the momentum that we're building, right? We want to be #1 trending campaign on WeFunder today, so we can have a top spot there. We want to have #1 commented. So when you invest, make sure to leave a review, right? That way that we have the most comments, the most momentum, and then we should just ride it to the top. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Someone said East Indians have ancient India and Oriental Asians have ancient China. Why do white and brown and yellow people want to claim Black Egypt Kush? It's a recent phenomenon. This is a recent phenomenon. Okay, the idea of Egypt being black Egypt being Arab or white is a very recent thing. It happened in like the 1800s. Nobody ever thought that before then, right? The Romans didn't think it, and they knew them. The Romans are like, look at these black people in Egypt, right? The Romans didn't think it. The Greeks didn't think it. The Greeks are like, these are some black ass people. They ain't say they were Arabic people because they fought the Arabics, right? They fought the Persians. So the Greeks knew exactly what a Persian was. The Greeks knew what an Arab looked like. They were very intimate with Arabs. In fact, the Greeks look Arab. If you look at real history, the Greeks didn't look like Germans. The Greeks didn't look like British people. The Greeks, even today, the Greeks look Arab. You know what I mean? Like the Greeks, were very Arabic back then, as far as like their look and feel and everything else. So they knew what they were and what they looked like and everything else. And me personally, right? If they all said they were black, if all of them said they were black, if the Romans said they were black, all their Roman scholars and historians and everything else, why the hell are we listening to people who were born and raised off of white supremacy, why are we listening to them today? Like they know anything? And more importantly, why do we give a damn about when they do their test? You know, you do a blood test. You do a blood test for like mummies, but you choose mummies from like 500 BC when the pyramids were built like 2000 BC, right? That's 1500 years before the test. That's the pinnacle of the civilization. How do you do a blood test on people that weren't in the pinnacle of the civilization? 1500 years. You know what I'm saying? Technically, you could do a blood test right now. Technically, you could do a blood test right now in America from 400 years ago, and you could have a test that shows, it turns out that the natives of this land were 100% white because you tested and they had white graveyards. They had white graveyards in New York at the time. They had white graveyards in Delaware at the time, right? So you're like, hey, 400 years ago, this place, you know, it must clearly have been all white 2,000 years ago, based on our evidence. That's how ridiculous some of these people sound when they say these things, right? It sounds ridiculous that you would go to something 1,500 years after their greatest achievements and then say that was the ancient people. Like, that's a lot of time. So that's all I'm saying, man. It's kind of ridiculous for people to say that. But whatever, you know what I mean? Oh, we got $2,000 from Catherine Collier. Thank you so much, Catherine. I think that was an upgrade too. Hope that was great. Let's see. Does the 10K tier? There's no 10K tier anymore. It's only 5K. It's only 5K. But with that being said, do 10,000 anyway. It's profit sharing. It's profit sharing. So more you invest, the more your cut's going to be. We got $500 from Lotto. Giovanni, thank you so much. So it doesn't really matter if you could do 10K, do 10K, you know, but 100%, there's no special perk because we moved the 10K gold tier to 5K. So now everybody can get it. Back in the day, only certain people could get the 10K in the first place, but a lot of people can get the 5K, right? So we moved it down so people had the opportunity. You also get a set of the anniversary editions. So, you know, these books right here, we added this perk earlier this week, right? So people who are going to be gold tier, they're going to get the anniversary edition signed by both myself and by artist David Letterman. So he signed both of them, right? So my signature's right here on this side right here, and his signature's on that side. It's all 5 books of the Black Sands in hieroglyph version. There ain't that many of these anymore. There's not much left. So these are very exclusive right now. And that's going to be added to your stuff on top of your gold cards, right? More profit sharing because you're investing more, right? And go as hard. Today is not a day about hitting the tier and leaving. Today's the day on maxing out as much as you can without financially jeopardizing yourself. All right. So like if you got to pay bills, you pay your bills, right? But at this moment in time, all in, because we got to hit over $2 million today. Otherwise, we got to deal with Hollywood. I don't want to deal with them bastards. Let's see what we got here. This is unprecedented. Yeah, it is unprecedented, 100%. Oh, okay. Paul Shepard said, what is Asar? Is that Asar or Aset? Oh, that's Asar, because you said he. So, yeah, Asar's abilities is just a soul enforcement. So soul enforcement is like the most basic ability for all of the demigods, right? Soul enforcement is where they could basically like enforce their body to be stronger and more physically durable. The thing is, though, he focuses exclusively on that, right? And military tactics. So because he focuses exclusively on that and military tactics, he's a superior fighter in every possible way. And his combat mentality, his combat, what's it called? His combat intelligence is extremely high. Like military formations, tactics on when people attack and where we flanking opportunities. You know, when to use ranged combat versus melee combat. You know, he's a master strategic. You know, so he's great. He's great as a military leader, right? And that's what Asar's abilities are. He's way more durable and powerful than all the other characters when it comes to just straight up physical combat, right? Now, Aset is way stronger than everybody, period. But she has no physical combat skills at all. She can get knocked out pretty easy. So she has to really learn to be more well-rounded. Asar is 100% the warrior of the group. Grand Rising, good morning. Good morning. We here pushing that combat IQ. Hey, combat IQ. There you go. That's the word for it. Oh, yeah, we got our Canadian peeps. What's up, people? Durban. Durban. Sun City in Johannesburg. Okay, is that like a resort? Sun City? When I went to South Africa, I was a guest at the Comic-Con down there. So they flew me out. They flew me out to be a guest at the Comic-Con in South Africa in Johannesburg. So that was the first time I ever went out there. It was pretty cool. You know. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Do you predict any backlash from the Arab community? No, I don't predict any backlash from the Arab community. I do expect vigorous backlash from Egyptians. They already hate me. They already went after me before, right? They already went after me and Kevin Hart before for even investing in this property. They went after us, right? So I definitely expect Egyptians specifically to be hardcore against this right here, right? But everybody else, they don't give a shit. Like you go to people like people in Dubai. They love Black Sands. I got a lot of fans in the UAE, right? I got a lot of fans in the UAE. I got a lot of fans in countries that are Arabic countries, no problem, because they love how we also depict them, right? There are Arabic fractions in Black Sands. There are Arabic factions in Black Sands. Sumer is an Arabic nation, right? Byblos is an Arabic nation, right? It's like they have Arabic nations in Black Sands, and they're depicted pretty damn dope. So most people don't care. It's only Egyptians who are hardcore, like, oh, how could you steal our culture? And it's like, did you not read the Quran? Like, did you not read your own biblical books? It said you came here. It said you conquered Egypt. It tells you the playbook. It says, and by the way, we conquered all of North Africa and settled it. It's like your book says it itself. What are you talking about, man? What is going on here? Right? Why are we arguing about this? Everybody knows that. You know? Too funny, man. Too funny. Let's see here. What else? Someone said, can you give us a rundown? Paul Shepard said, can you give us a rundown on character powers? All right, I'll try to make this one quick. Asar's abilities is combat power. So he is 100% combat oriented, way stronger than everybody else. He's a fighter. He's a military tactician, you know, and that's basically all he's thinking about. Killing gods. That's his thing. Killing gods. It says Seth power is he has the ability to manipulate sand, but he's not Gara. All right, he's not Gara, so he can't make sand armor. Right, he can't do sand bullets. He's not that, right? But he can manipulate sand, so he could do like quicksand type abilities, or blinding sand, or shifting sand around, right? Burying things. But that's about it. It's not like he's not Gara. He's not making armor and stuff like that. He also has the ability to basically do like a mind weld or whatever. I forgot what it's not. It's like a ability to make people think that they're diseased, right? So when you look into his eyes, you think that you're diseased. So you're like dying from it. You're like, my skin, my head, I'm dying. When reality is you're not, but you think it. So it debilitates you. It's 100% debilitates you. And it's a very powerful ability, right? Because it completely disorients and confuses the enemy. He also has decent combat skills, but he's not the best fighter in the world, right? He needs to work on that. Nabet ability is, she can basically, first, she can basically turn into anyone. So she can shapeshift. She's really good at that. So she's really good at being sneaky. Also, she has the ability to detach her soul from herself, which means that she can actually send her soul somewhere else, and it looks like her, right? But it's not her. It's all the way over there. It's like a ghost, right, or a clone or something. It is detached to her though. It's not like it's like completely separate. It is attached to her, and when it comes back, the further it goes, the more it's gonna hurt when it comes back, right? Because it's like snap. It's like a bungee cord or something like that. With that being said, at the beginning of the comic series, she didn't know how to do anything with it besides distract people. Later on in the comic series, she starts realizing that she can actually physically attack things or touch things or whatever with that clone, right? And for the longest time, she didn't know she could do that. But it's going to develop that ability more so that eventually she's going to be able to literally attack things from a distance, right? With a clone of herself, right? And it's going to be cool. It's going to be like some shadow magic or something like that. So that's a pretty cool ability. Offset is probably the most ridiculously overpowered character. So Offset has, this is her list of abilities, all right? This is the list, all right? She has power over all of the elements, extreme power over lightning and fire, right? She gets extreme fire later on after she consumes the Titan, right? So she has those abilities. She also has the ability to speak to the spirit realm. So all these like mythical creatures and stuff that nobody can communicate with, like Sobek, right? Sobek and other mythical beings. She can actually communicate with them as if it's like normal talking. She can read ancient text. She can read souls of long lost titans and other deities that have died a long time ago. She can actually communicate with them. She can fly, right? Because why not? It's like she's just bonkers overpowered, right? Core King just added $5,000 to their investment. Appreciate you. And I see Core King do a lot of money before, so Core King's up there right now. I think Core King's like at 15,000 or something like that. Big win, big win. Thank you, Core King. So that's our main cast, right? That's the main cast of the Black Sands. Those 4 kids, right? He said so. They're developing their powers right now. Let's see. Let me check the comments here on Instagram in case I missed any. Did I miss any here on Instagram? What up, Nerd Jay? Appreciate you. Hey, by the way, if you need to invest in Black Sands and you are on Instagram and you don't know what's going on, please just message me. Message me Black Sands at just message me Black Sands in the DMs, and it'll automatically send you the information for the investment round. Remember, it ends today. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. All right. So make sure to get it in there. Have you released a sneak peek of the animated show yet? Well, we actually just saw some. I'm gonna go pull it up again. But this is the kind of vibe that you're going to be seeing from it, right? So this is the kind of vibe that you're going to be seeing with the anime, and it's pretty cool, right? Me personally, some of this stuff looks freaking incredible, right? And being able to see all this is just, me personally, I think it's just something that it's going to do numbers. Because remember this is like really early animation stuff. This isn't like final production at all. This is just us getting the test in for animation and how we're going to look and feel and the powers and everything else, right? The vibe, and this is what we're looking at right now. If you guys can't see it over here, this is what we're talking about. Let me show you. Let me go pull this off. So this is what we're talking about. Where I'm showing people this on YouTube, right? So they're trying to figure out what's going on with the Black Sands. They said, what is it going to look like? What's the animation? What's the trailers and stuff like that? So we got clips like this coming in on YouTube right now with the people, so they can actually see what's going on, the style and feel. Me personally, I think it's dope as hell. And I hope to God we make big money so that everybody in our community gets paid. Not only paid, but we have proven once and for all that we can make movies without Hollywood. We can make movies without Hollywood. We can profit without Hollywood. And we can do our own stories without any influence. This is going to be the first time. If we do $100 million at the box office, I want to be very clear about this. All right. For all you people here, I have to be extremely clear about this. You have to understand this is very important. If we do $100 million at the box office off a $5 million anime, and I wrote the entire anime, I wrote it. I wrote the whole movie. I supervised the animatic. I helped with the casting of the entire cast. I was in the room directing the cast to hit certain lines, certain ways, to talk certain ways. If we hit $100 million on the Black Sands anime at the box office, with all that coming from one person, right? Then that's going to change the dynamic of Hollywood as a whole. It's kind of like what happened with what was that kid's name? Chance the Rapper. Remember when Chance the Rapper did like 1 million copies? He sold 1 million copies independently. He sold like 1 million copies of his album independently. And it changed the entire industry because now people had proof that you didn't need a major label to sell copies of your stuff and become, successful. And when he did that, all the nature of contracts with these studios changed. Everything, not just Chance the Rapper, but every single contract that ever came out of labels, they had to negotiate things that they never gave to creators before. They never gave people their masters before Chance the Rapper did that. When Chance the Rapper did 1 million copies independently, all of a sudden, major artists started saying, I want my masters. And they could get it. Before, they were never going to give it to anyone. But now they knew that they could actually sell 1 million copies without the label. And now the labels have to go and give up rights, give up control, give up long-term power, all because one person broke the barrier. One person broke the ceiling. All right. So with me being in such a major role as the creator, as the writer of the script, as the person who does the animatic, as the casting director, stuff like that, all that does is prove, and thank you, Olefa Walker, for $1,600. Appreciate you. But what that proves is that we can actually make the damn movies ourselves. Just give us the money and we can pull it off, and we'll have a dynamic and highly profitable production. Right? Wouldn't you have loved it if Game of Thrones was done by George R.R. Martin instead of those stupid twins? Right? Those brothers, do you think it would have been better if George R.R. Martin actually did it himself? You know what I'm saying? They wrote the books. They wrote the books that sold hundreds of millions of copies. Why can't they make the movie? Why can't they write the screenplay? You're like, well, it'd be better on movie theaters if we didn't have a zombie Queen in the North. Why not? I want a zombie Queen in the North. That sounds interesting. Game of Thrones with a lot more magic. Why not? That's what was in the books. That sounds cool. I like it. Let's try it. We'll never see it. We'll never see it because Hollywood people say it wouldn't translate well to the movies. It wouldn't translate well, right? Me personally, I want to see when Warhammer 40K, when Warhammer 40K goes to Amazon, right? I don't want to see Warhammer 40K, right? Logically, I don't want to see the logical version of 40K. This won't translate well to the screen, so we're going to change up some things so it could. No, I want the ridiculous. I want the absolutely ridiculous shit that's in the books. I want that in the movie or the show. I want it in there. I don't want nothing changed. Every single thing in the 40K verse, I want it exactly the way it is in the book, because the books are, the whole verse is ridiculous, and I want that. I don't want the watered down realistic version because Hollywood standards. I want the ridiculous version that would normally get a show canceled, because that's the 40K fan base. 40K is not a story for the average consumer. 40K is the most dark space opera story of all time. And that's what I want. I want real. So that's all I'm saying, man, is we got time to change the world. We got time to change the world right now. And I'm glad for all these bigger investments coming in this morning. Thank you guys so much. I'm seeing 5,000 on the board. I'm seeing 6,000 on the board, 2,000 on the board. Appreciate you guys. We're pushing that numbers. Where are we at right now? Let me see. Where are we at right now? Oh, by the way, everybody here, I got a 2 o'clock. I have a 2 o'clock meeting. Why can't I see this? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I have a 2 o'clock meeting with not a meeting, an interview with Ernest Krim. You guys have you've seen Ernest Krim plenty of times on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. He's a really big social justice influencer, and he talks about education, Black education in schools and everything else. Great person. We're working with him for the last couple of months. We're going to do a long conversation on education of the black kids in school, right? Of documenting history, positive history of Black people and stuff like that. It's going to be a really cool conversation at 2 o'clock. It's a little break from the campaigning that we're going to be doing today, but it's going to be a good break, right? Because it's going to get us all reminded of what's the real story. What's the real thing we're fighting in America, right? What's the real fight? Because we are in a fight right now. We're in a fight, and we need to be aware of that. We are past $1.7 million. Let's go look at it right now. Let's go look at it. We just did good this morning so far. So far, we're kicking ass this morning. Let's see. Let me go. Stop sharing the anime for a second. Let's go to it. Boom. So there we are. That's where we are right now. We are now at 1.705. So we done went up this morning by about 15,000 so far. Let's keep it moving. Actually, I think we went up way more than that. I think we went up like 30,000 this morning. So let's keep going, baby. Let's keep going. Are we still going to have auditions for Black Sands? Not in the anime. The anime was never open for open auditions. So the anime itself was never open for open auditions. The YouTube series was, and we did cast everybody, and we did all the voice acting for that. So we're going past that now. We're going past that. And we don't know if we're going to have another casting round for the YouTube series. But as far as the actual anime, the anime is not open to the public. It's only like industry voice actors and stuff like that. One thing that we did was really cool was Malcolm Ray. So Malcolm Ray has been the voice actor in our company for a long time. He was the original voice of Apetamak, Geb, and Shayut, right? So Geb, Shayut, and Apetamak. And Marcus Dash, thank you so much for $1,000. Appreciate you, Marcus Dash. And what happened was I made sure that my original voice actors, who did a really good job in the past, had an opportunity to apply for the anime. And he did apply. He was one of the people who did apply. And then he won the position of Montu. So he's going to be Montu in the Black Sands anime. He started off doing stuff like this. Amateur work with Black Sands, right? Amateur work with Black Sands. And now he's in an anime with Michael Jai White, right? So this is gonna be it. This is what's going on. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty excited about that. I love the fact that my people actually still get the opportunities to be in here. Let's see what we got here. We got some questions. Are there any grants or business aid programs to help raise money outside of the U.S. investing before going to Hollywood? Well, there is, and we're already working on that. So what happens is this, right? There are grants in certain states. There are grants in certain parts of the world. There are grants, right? We have a lot of animators in certain parts of the world that give huge grants or like government programs to like, you know, incentivize animation being done in their country. So we do have those opportunities, and we're already like exploiting those, right? That's why I said $2 million, because that $2 million is going to get us about $2 million in like working capital on top of that, right? So we can do the whole production without ever going to like an investor. But you know, we got those. We also have tax credits, and other things that are also out there. We also have pre-sales. So if we get pre-sales, that's going to help us significantly, right? So if we get pre-sales in another country, like let's say South Africa gives us $500,000 for the streaming rights in South Africa, boom, got another 500K right there. Don't have to worry about Hollywood, right? South Africa is just buying the rights. So it really depends. If we can get pre-sales, real easy to finish everything up. We should be able to get pre-sales too, 100%, right? So me personally, I think we're doing real good. Did you guys add zombies? Nah, we ain't got no zombies. Let's see. What time is it right now? 8:05. Okay. Someone said, let's give Hollywood a run for their money. Yeah, let's do it, man. Someone said, what percentage of stories are nonfiction versus fiction? So in the Black Sands anime, I would say culturally it's accurate. So culturally, the like how the cultures act, their politics, right? Who they liked and who they disliked in the ancient world, alliances, trade, populations. That's extremely accurate in the Black Sands verse. But the story is based on a mythological time period. So the story is completely our creation, right? So the actual story elements are our creation, but culturally, the culturally part is extremely accurate. All right, extremely accurate. In fact, there are no pyramids in the Black Sand story, right? They keep trying to add it to the concept art, which is funny as hell because I keep telling them there are no pyramids in Black Sands. There are no pyramids in Black Sands. Right? but it's like they keep trying to add it. They're like, oh, it's Egypt, gotta have pyramids. I'm like, this is like 3500 BC. This is before they started keeping documents on what Egyptians were and who they were and the first pharaoh and everything else. This is the mythological time period. There are no pyramids in Egypt. So yeah, so you know, that's just me being like consistent on what I think the standards should be for the anime and the story. So that's it. Let's see. Melvin Davis says, if we don't reach the goal today, is it possible to extend the deadline by a month or two, or will it cause problems? It cause massive problems. We're not extending anything. Today is the day. We shall die this day, but we shall not back down. All right. This is our day. We're going to hit it. I think we're going to hit it, though. Look at this morning. This morning, we did $30,000 in the last 30 minutes. 30 minutes to like about 45 minutes to an hour or so. We did 30,000. I think that's pretty good. I think we might, you know, by the end of today, I think we might be at 2 million. I told you guys, if we only get 1/3 of our investors, not all of them, 1/3 of our investors do an additional $500, we're way past the top goal. All I need is 1/3 of my investors to add an additional $500 today, and it's payday. It's payday. So I'm not talking about finding new investors. I'm talking about just the current investors, 1,700 investors. So if 500 people put $500, we're done. We're done. Just like that. Just like that. So, you know, this is a day for increasing our investment. Be greedy. Take it all. Don't share no money with Hollywood. We take the entire pot. That's what we do. We take the entire pot. Let's see. Lotto Javinci said today was the first day he invested, even though he's been following Black Sands for years. Yo, it don't matter, man. You're gonna be one of these card carriers, right? And when you carry the card of Black Sands, it's gonna have a date on it. These dates don't go back far. They have a date right there on the bottom right. It says 2024. All right. So if you don't have a card, you're not a day one supporter of Black Sands. And that's all that matters. If you got a card, it don't matter if you've been following us since 2017 or not. Card carriers are day one supporters, right? Card carriers are day one supporters. Card carriers are day one supporters. Card carriers are day one supporters. So if you ain't got a card, you're not a day one. Somebody said, let me see right here. Can you DM me the info? It's gonna automatically send you the info if you message me, Black Sands. So all you gotta do is message me right now. Go DM me, Black Sands, and it's gonna automatically send you the info. But remember, today is the only day you get to invest. It's been up for about 4 months now. The investment round was up for 4 months. Today is the very last day of the investment round. There's no more. What's the countdown saying? How many hours we got left? It says we got 15 hours left. You got to midnight. You got to midnight to get it in. Let's see what we got here. Back on Bake. Well, yeah, Bake says I added an extra 500, and I believe WeFund looked at it as a separate investment. Yeah, that happens. That happens. Yeah, sometimes it's a separate investment because the original investment was locked during the early bird, right? And that's not a problem. That's just the way it is. They give you 2 different contracts because it's 2 different rates, right? The early birds got 10% more. So they give you 2 contracts. Oh, yeah, Pope. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. You did an extra 1,000, right? An extra 1,000. Appreciate you big time. Did you redo a stretch out earlier episodes? I took some time off and don't remember them being 30 minutes long each. I don't know what exactly you're asking me here. I wish I did. I just don't have the context. You might want to space it out because I ain't shown no episodes yet. Thank you, 250 from Rose. I appreciate you, Rose. Let's see. Oh, I don't work with them. The Shark Tank deal never went through because they had a lot of stipulations on what I could do and couldn't do, especially when it came to taking investors, right? They didn't want us to have non-accredited investors. So in other words, you guys, right? And I was like, I already did like 3 investment rounds with you guys. So why would I cut you off now? Because I made it like every other Black celebrity out there who came from Kickstarter. Remember all those Black celebrities came from Kickstarter and then never fucked with y'all again? Remember that? Remember how every last one of them, they had a big Kickstarter for their comic series or their little animation or something like that. And they got to deal with Netflix or whatever. And then they never messed with you again. They didn't care about your opinion. They didn't care about what you liked about their stuff. They were making movies for everyone. I want the world to love this property. I don't want to make a product exclusively for Black people. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Why do we have to make products for everyone? I don't care if anyone shows up to my movie besides Black people. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care. Because I could do $100 million at the box office exclusively Black. I know I can. So why do I care? Why do I care about these things that other people care about? I don't care. And I know that my people have always had my back. So why should I go out of my way to try and make new friends? No new friends. No new friends. No. Because I've been down with my day ones. That's it, man. I'm telling you, man. How many of them disappeared on us? They've got that contract and they said, skedaddle, I'm out of here. It's time to find new friends. So I said, I'm not going to do that Shark Tank deal. I'm not going to give up my ability to have my investors with me. And now look at us. We're actually at the pinnacle. We're at the pinnacle together. I got all these celebrity voice actors, right? I got all these things getting done. Come on, man. By the way, I noticed that the room did grow a bit as far as the YouTube room. So let me go and show you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, some more sneak peeks, right? Some more sneak peeks at what we're doing here. So here you go, guys. This came in this morning, right? This came in this morning. It's really beautiful. You'll like it. You see that right there? I like that right there. I think it looks phenomenal. And remember, this is very early stuff. This is very early content, but it looks absolutely beautiful. Let me see here. Also, let me show you guys too, since you guys haven't seen it. If you just came in here recently, so this is what we're talking about, the Black Sands anime. Here's some stuff that's like visual, the new visuals and stuff like that. I know you guys like that right there. That stuff's lit, right? And at the end of the day, man, this is what we're working on. This is what you're actually investing in. You're not investing in like very amateur stuff. This is like going to be elite. This is going to be elite, and it's going to feel powerful, right? The kind of like content that Black people will have probably never had, right? And it's going to be brought to you by Black Sands. You know what's the coolest part about all this? The coolest part about this entire thing, the coolest part about this entire thing is the fact that you're about to go to the movies, right? You're going to go to the movies. So you can put that Black Panther energy into the Black Sands, right? Where you buy entire movie theaters and show all the kids in the community, give them free tickets to the premiere, right? And you're going to be like, oh, this is so amazing to have all these people here. You're going to do all that, and then Black people are going to get paid for it. You're going to put all that money into the movie theaters with all that energy and all that cosplay, and then Black people are going to get the checks for it. Oh, snap. Are you serious? Are you serious? Black people are going to get paid for the ticket sales to the Black Sands? Because you know none of us got money for Black Panther, right? $1 billion. $1 billion went to a whole bunch of people in Marvel that ain't look like us. Just saying. We do big box offices only for none of us to get the check. Am I doing too much by saying that? Am I doing too much by saying that? Or am I right? Let's see what we got here. Have you ever thought about doing some venture with Tyler Perry Studios? In all honesty, I definitely would love to work with Tyler Perry, but more on a business side, right? So more on the business side, more on an investor side, and network side, because he has a great network. He has a great network. He has great like infrastructure for distribution and stuff like that. I think he'd be a great person on the investor side. As far as creative, right? As far as creative or anything, or collaboration on production, probably not, but definitely on the investor side, 100%, right? He's a very independent person, so that's really good to have somebody who understands the independent business and independent sales funnels, because that's what you need. That's what you need. So 100%, I would love to work with Tyler Perry, but on the investor side, right? Financial side, not on the creative side. You said my son is an artist. He's about to go to school for digital media. What advice would you give him about getting into the business? Don't do concept art. Concept art should be the last thing he should be focusing on. All right. Concept art is probably the biggest field of art that's going away. Leslie White with 500. Thank you so much, Leslie White. Appreciate you. Leslie White with 500. Yeah, it's the number one field that's going away. Concept art. Why? Because AI can do it. 2,000 from Sean Wilson. That's the speed I want. 10 seconds later, 2,000 from Sean Wilson. 10 seconds later, the next investment comes in. That's the speed I want. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. 10 seconds. They didn't even wait. Not even a whole minute. Not even a whole minute. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, avoid concept art like the plague. You can still do it or whatever, but 100%, that's the field that's going away. Stuff like sequential art, stuff like animatics, stuff like what's it called like that. That stuff can't be done by AI. It's impossible. All right. That's directors stuff. That's stuff that directors have to do. They have to hit the right angles and the right things, the storyboards. These are all things that are impossible for AI to do. And no matter how many years of studying they get, they still won't be able to do it competently. All right. There's a reason why AI movies and AI videos look like absolute trash because they make no sense. All right. AI is terrible at telling stories. So what you got to do is make sure that you're doing that because that's really the only fields that are going to exist. Right. Concept art, not going to exist anymore. Concept art is done. And with that being said, cover art's most likely going to be done soon, right? So if you're doing covers and stuff, it's almost like concept art, right? So concept artists or people who use AI is probably going to be doing most of the cover arts anyway. So just being honest, okay? Let's see. Keep going. How do I get a card? After the investment round, about a month later, we're going to be sending out emails to everybody to order their Black Sands cards. If I already invested 10,000, can I invest more? Yeah, you can invest 100,000. Actually, Rodney. So since you are one of our bigger investors, you should know about our special stipulations that we have right now for the bigger investors. So any investor that goes 50,000 or more will practically get double points. So what happens is this, right? Every $100,000 in the investment round is roughly 1.05% of all the proceeds, right? 1.05% of all the proceeds of the Black Sands anime, right? So that's what it is translated to. When it comes to our special incentive for $50,000, right? Every 50K that an investor brings in, of which like one of our people already did that. They did like 60K last week, right? But for every 50,000, they get an additional half a point. Right. So if you did 50,000, you would get not 0.55 or whatever, right? 0.525% of the Black Sands anime. You would actually get 1.05 of the Black Sands anime because you get an additional half a point. You basically get $100,000 worth of investment for $50,000 worth of investment. So it's just something to think about, right? If you have that kind of capital, you know, most people who invest $10,000 are not normal people, right? They actually pretty established. So all I'm saying is you get double points if you go to 50K. Okay. So that's something that we did specifically for our bigger investors. It's a production. We have a contract for it. We have a contract for it for our investors. It's a way that we're going to try to get money as well after the investment round from our bigger investors. So we don't want to have a lot of investors after this, right? Once it's done, we want to talk to like 2 or 3 people max, right? And that's why we have this incentive now, so we can get them in early and just call today and don't have to worry about anything. It's all in there, right? So that's what's going on. All right, Rodney. So 100%, you can go past 10,000. If you can't do 50K, do whatever you want to do, right? But today is an all-in day, all in today. All right, everything. Yeah, Black Sands Marathon to reach 2 million, right? I'm gonna have to get off of this eventually, though, this morning, so I can go and make breakfast for my family, right? My daughter's sick today, so I got to go and take care of her too, right? But we're doing numbers right now. We're running up to the thing. You just did it, man. Rabugi, thank you. Appreciate you, man. You was talking to the head of Bandai marketing for me. Cool. That's freaking awesome. Let's see. I ain't want to mess up anybody else. Let's see. What does investing entail to average investors that doesn't have large capital? Just profit sharing. Profit sharing. So that was the question from one of our Instagram people. They said, what does investing entail? All it means is you're profit sharing. No matter how much you invest, you're doing profit sharing with Black Sands. Your percentage is whatever percentage of that investment is compared to the total investment of everybody in there, right? All the investors together, if we hit max goal, is getting 30,000. 30% of the anime. All right. So, oh yeah, and 250 from somebody. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I missed the name. I couldn't see it on time. But yeah, so everybody's getting investment no matter what. So even the smallest investors, $250, they get a profit share. And let's do the hypothetical, right? Let's say we do 100 million at the box office, right? If we do 100 million at the box office, most likely everybody's going to get roughly 7 to 8 times their investment amount. All right, 7 to 8 times their investment amount. So if you did 250, you'll probably get $2,000, something like that, right? You do 250, you get $2,000. If you do 10,000, you'll get $80,000. Right? So that's how it works. And it's in perpetuity. So obviously we're not going to make as much money as we do at the box office later on, right? We'll have like licensing fees from like Amazon or Netflix or whatever, right? But either way, that money's still going to be split. It's still going to be split by all the investors, right? So no matter which money comes in the future, you'll always get a check once a year or something like that for Black Sands in perpetuity. So long as we break even, right? We have to break even first before people get those profits. But I think personally, we'll most likely be able to get that pretty quickly, right? So, and then after that, it's profit sharing. Let's see. Someone said, I invested 3 years ago, but I never heard anything and I don't have a card. Do you get any of our emails? Do you get any of our emails? So we sent multiple invites out and we have multiple updates on WeFunder about, about the investment rounds and the cards and everything else. If you have any of our emails, just email us, all right, and say, hey, I invested this much in this time. I would like to get my investor card for this. And then we'll send you the link, we'll send you the discount code, and you can order your cards. What is the minimum investment? $250. $250 is the minimum investment. Go ahead and drop that. $250. $250. If you just want to drop the minimum, that's okay. So long as we have numbers. So long as we get like 300 investors today, I don't care if you do 250 or not. Right? All I care about is getting numbers up. I want every single minute of the day to be a new investment. Every minute of the day. When does the movie drop? It really depends on when the money gets here, right? If we hit over $2 million, we could probably launch this year. We could probably launch in the winter or something. If we get over $2 million. Now, if we under $2 million, then we got to negotiate for money with third parties and stuff like that. That's going to delay us like 6 months. It's going to delay us 6 months. Let's see. K-Mac, how do I invest? You know what? I'm about to put the link in here for you guys. So anybody who's new here, who has not invested yet, you might not have the link. So here you go. Here's the link to the anime. Just to let you know. Thank you, John Gullery, for $1,000. Appreciate you. Just to let you know, since today is payday, if you have the ability to get to silver tier at least, silver tier is $2,000, and it's this card right here. Right? It's this card right here, $2,000. So this is the silver tier card. Boom. All right. So if you can get to 2,000, you will have tickets to the premiere in DC. All right. Now you got to get to DC yourself, but you'll have tickets for 4 family members. So you, your spouse, and 2 kids. That's what we want to have there. We want to have you, your spouse, and 2 kids. Right. If you need more kids, we'll see. Right. But for the most part, most families have 2 or less kids. Right. So we're giving you premiere tickets, so you all get to go to the premiere and you get to watch the anime before everybody else at a big party with me and other maybe celebrities in Washington D.C. We're gonna go there. We're gonna do a big premiere. It's gonna be freaking awesome, right? And that's what you get at $2,000 or more. So that's all I'm saying, right? If you're thinking about it, and you have the means and capital, definitely go for a $2,000 tier or more, just so you can get those premiere tickets. $5,000 or more gets you the gold card, and more importantly, it also gets you special credits in the anime. So in the anime credit scene, you get like special role for that, and also you also get a set of the anniversary editions, right? Anniversary editions, signed copies of the special hieroglyphic anniversary editions of Black Sands. 5 books. 5 books signed by me and my artists. And my artist never signs anything, right? You had to fly him in from another country to get him to sign stuff. Let's see. Let's keep going to what the card is. I mean, it's just a metal card. It's like proof that you were here before we were famous. Let's see. Could you review what the card is? All right. Yeah. So we have investor cards, right? And I think I only have 3 here. Oh, I got 4. Okay, cool. I got all 4. So let me go through them, okay? I'll tell you the tiers too, how much they're worth and everything, right? So this is the $250 tier. So no matter who invests in the Black Sands, you're going to get this card. This is the Ruby Kier card for $250, right? This is the base one. This is the one that's the lowest tier, right? $250. Everybody gets a card, 2 cards for free, right? Because I believe that every single investor in Black Sands is investing for the family. They're not investing for themselves. They're investing for their household. So there's no reason why your spouse shouldn't get a card too, right? So we give you 2 cards. 2 cards for free. $1,000 tier. Oh, that's not it. $1,000 tier is bronze. Bronze is Seth from Black Sands Anime, right? Seth. So we got Seth right here, Black Sands Anime. Seth, Black Sands Anime. That's $1,000. $1,000 tier. $2,000 tier is Nabet. Nabet is the $2,000 tier. All right, so she's doing incredible. This is for the silver tier investors. Silver tier also had special perks because you get movie premiere tickets. All right, so you get movie premiere tickets at $2,000 or more. $5,000 tier. $5,000 tier. This is the Black Sands Gold tier. This is the top tier in Black Sands Anime, right? This right here will get you roughly. I mean, this will get you a special credits in the movie. So we have a special credits in the back at the end of the movie, and you'll be able to get your name in there and be able to, do some cool stuff, right? And more importantly, it's just flex. It's a big flex. These cards don't do anything other than flex on people and say we were here before we were famous, right? Everybody's gonna bandwagon Black Sands. Later on, they're gonna be like, I always knew Black Sands was amazing. I was always here for it. And all you're gonna say is, cool, where's your card? Where's your card? Mine's right here in my wallet. Where's your card? Where's your metal card from Black Sands? You know what I mean? So yeah, secure your card today. It's the last day of the investment round. Remember, message me. If you're on Instagram, message me, Black Sands, and it'll automatically send you the information. But if you're on YouTube right now, like I said, go to the link. Here's the link again for Black Sands. And remember this, you don't have to wait until the end of a meeting because I'm going to be doing this for hours. I'm going to be doing this for hours today. Don't wait to the end of the meeting to do your little investment or whatever. Do it now and tell me how much you invested so I can give you a shout out. All right? So do it now. Give me the number. I'll give you a shout out, and I'll try to get all the information to you guys so that we can have a really cool, dynamic day. You know what I mean? Let me check my battery on this. Oh, all right. So here you go. IG, I only got 4% left. I got no more battery left. So I'm going to have to cut y'all off right now, okay? Robert James, thank you for $250. I'm going to have to cut y'all off so I can actually save the video on the on the Instagram channel, right? If I don't, then it's going to lose the video. So I got to cut y'all off right now, but I will be back later on, especially when we do our interview with Ernest Krim, right? And this is going to be an incredible thing, okay? So I'll holler at y'all later on YouTube, on Instagram. Remember to DM me, Black Sands, and you'll be able to get the information on the link. Today's the last day. Run the numbers up. All in. All in. If you ain't got a bill to pay, all in. All right? Holler at y'all later. All right, I'm back with you guys. Let's go here. Let's go check these comments. Do you teach sequential art? Nah, I'm not an artist. I don't teach it, but I know I need it. I need to hire those people. You know what I mean? Tolu, man, I thought you had the link last night, brother. What happened? My original investment in BSP. What is going on with that? It's transferred to Black Sands Entertainment. BSP no longer exists. We converted all their stock to Black Sands Entertainment. Just check the updates on BSP. for all the information about that. But I basically gave my stock away, so it was my stock, right? I didn't liquidate people. I just took my actual personal stock and gave them to my BSP investors because I didn't make the BSP app work. Now, I normally wouldn't do that. Normally, CEOs would never do that, right? If something fails, they just say it went bankrupt and all the investors lose their money. Simple as that. But I gave everybody about $1 million in stock in Black Sands Entertainment as a conversion, you know. And that's just my way of making sure that my people aren't disgruntled, right? At the end of the day, you do things and sometimes they don't work. BSP Comics was a great idea. We had really good numbers. We had like 160,000 downloads. We had 800 chapters on there, 800 chapters of the black creators and comics, but it wasn't profitable. It wasn't profitable. So we killed it. And when we killed it, we gave all our previous investors in that company a conversion to Black Sands Entertainment, which was a successful company, right? Which was a successful brand. And it came directly out of my personal stock, not the community stock, just my share of this stock. Either that or bankruptcy. And I was like, I ain't doing bankruptcy on these guys. I'm just gonna convert it over. Let's see. Will there be merchandise for sale? Somebody's gonna sell them. It won't be me. Won't be me. Randy, thank you for the 250. Appreciate you. Let's say if you invest led during the early bird period, does the editing of our investment change it, or will it show as a separate investment? It will show as a separate investment, but just put the amount of money in total that you want to invest. So the old investment plus the new one, and then see what the second page tells you. If the second page tells you that you owe 1,000, right? And you put in like 3,000 total, and it says you owe 1,000 more, then it's charging you the difference, which is good. That means that everything's working properly, right? If it charges you 3,000 because you put 3,000, then it's a completely separate investment, and now you want to put like 1,000 instead of the 3,000, right? You say, never mind, I'll go back and change it to 1,000 because you want to add an additional 1,000. The second page tells you what you owe, right? First page tells you edit or add, right? Second page tells you what exactly you're going to pay today, right? And you already paid that money for the early bird, so it shouldn't tell you to pay that early bird money plus the new money. It should only be the new money. I just increased my second investment from up to 800 from 400. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Ramadan starts, right? Ramadan starts today? Cool. I'm going to try to keep this up to date so I can see the investments coming in because I don't see it in email. So I'm going to keep looking it up. So after today, we won't be able to invest into the next movie. Yep. Today is the last day to invest. The last day to invest. But hey, you guys are doing incredible right now, man. We're really pushing numbers out here. So let's see here. Let's look at that campaign again. What are we at? We're at $1,710,000. So we're doing good. $1,710,000. So I'm going to be on for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to basically call it. I'm going to call it for now because I have a meeting. I have another thing at 2 o'clock, right, with my with what's it called? But the fact that we did roughly $50,000 this morning so far, 50,000, we're moving fast. So let's keep moving it. Let's get to $1,800,000. That means people got to add 1,000. People got to add 2,000. People got to add to their investment early in the morning. So 100%, make sure to do it. Make sure to get it out there because once we hit 1.8 million, it's going to say almost sold out, and people are going to really turn up. People are going to really start firing off once we hit 1.8 million. Okay, guys? Is this animated yet? Only certain parts, like this one right here. This part's animated and stuff like that. But can we invest anywhere in the world? No, certain countries can't. Certain countries can't. Canada doesn't because Canadian government doesn't want to allow people to do it. But I have investors in Britain. I have investors in Brazil. I have investors in South Africa, right? France. I have investors around the world, right? I just don't have them in Canada. That's the only place I know for a fact that I can't get investors from is Canada. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do some videos about that too. The blackout. He says the blackout. He said blackout Friday on February 28th. And it's a really good time since it's payday and it's blackout day. I think we should be investing in one company that's definitely going to put money in the hands of black people all across the nation, and that is the Black Sands Anime. You gotta do the exact same thing. Once you invest in the Black Sands Anime, right? Once you invest in the anime, you're gonna get an email from us like a month later, and you gotta pay international shipping, but the cards are free, right? And the international shipping shouldn't be that expensive. It shouldn't be that expensive. Not for because it's in a letter. It's not in a big package or anything. So it should be pretty, cheap to send it overseas. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no more to be animated. Just a heads up, He said there is no other investment rounds. Today is the last day of the investment round, and then once today's done, that's it. There's no more investments into Black Sands until it's out in movie theaters. So just giving you a heads up on that. And we haven't been making an anime for 7 years. We only been in business about 7 to 8 years, right? But we haven't been making an anime that entire time. We've been making books. We have like 80 books. We have 80 books. So we've made a lot of books. The anime is something that's a nice dream that we had in our head, but we never had the resources to actually make it because you got to have millions of dollars to make an anime, right? You can't do it off a couple $100K. And now that we do, and we have the actors, we have Michael Jai White, Deborah Wilson, Eddie Griffin, T.C. Carson, Mel Lee, and all these other people. We're out there, right? We already did $1 million into production. We're moving. We're not waiting for nobody. So just a heads up, if that's what you're waiting on, you're not going to see it because it's going to be out by the time next investment round coming maybe a year or two from now, and it's going to be for a completely different movie. All right, just a heads up. Any other questions before I go? Next time you'll see me is at 2:00 when we're doing our interview. Hello. And where are we at in the campaign right now? Let's go check it out. I want to make sure we can see it. Yeah, Michael Jai White. Share screen. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. $1,710,000. So we did about 40,000 or 40 to 50,000 this morning in the last hour and a half, 2 hours. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going. We want to hit 1.8 million by lunchtime. If we get 1.8 million by lunchtime, I think we'll hit 2 million tonight.
Yeah.
I think we'll hit 2 million tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. See, a lot of people don't know about it because they don't really get the news. They don't follow me on Instagram. So they don't know we have all these actors. Like we got tons of celebrities now.
Yes,
this is real. This ain't no fake news.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't no Wish product. I'm $1 million in.
And we are already in production. So that's a good thing. And looking to release this fall, early fall 2025. So.
Not early fall. That's too
late fall. Okay.
That's too quick. Probably winter, most likely.
Winter. Okay.
If we get over 2 million. If we don't get over 2 million, we got to delay about 6 months. but that's fine. Just gave everybody the link in the comment section. So if you haven't invested yet or you never have, go ahead and check out the campaign and get in there. This is the last day.
Last day.
The last day.
Let's go.
Double up, triple up. Do what you got to do.
Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Do what you got to do, man. This is it. We're in there.
Let's go.
Armand, 1K, appreciate you, fam. All right, bros. I'm going to let y'all go. Ladies, I'm going to let y'all go. I'll see you at 2 o'clock with Ernest Krim. Ernest Krim, we're going to be talking about Black history. We're going to be talking about social justice. We're going to be talking about the attack on the Black community from the administration, because it really is a war of government versus the Black people right now in America. It's freaking wild. It's wild what's going on right now in America, because everywhere we go, we're DEI. Right? Any Black person in America that's successful is a DEI hire. It don't matter if they've been a doctor for 40 fucking years. They're a DEI hire, right? And we got to make sure that we got to understand that it's on. They moving on code right now. There's an active action against Black people in America, and we need to be on code too. We need to move with 100% commitment to our success, right, and our ownership, not sharing nothing. Right? No kumbaya moments right now. So that's what we're going to do. All right. Remember, that's 2 p.m. Eastern time. All right. Eastern time for the interview. And it's going to be on YouTube as well. So don't worry. If you miss it because you're at work, you can always watch it a little bit later. Okay. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. Black Sands out.